Good morning, a beautiful day. I see you all laughing. And today we are going to talk about science and cosmic energy. And now the science has already proved that we are all energy. There's nothing more than that, because we have 100 trillion cells, each of one of us, in our body. And each cell has 100 trillion atoms. And these atoms are moving so fast and they're dividing that we can't see it. And that atoms change into electron, proton, and neutrons. And if you know the science very well, the history of evolution, and that's basically what we all are. We are all our energy. The young lady sitting here, she's energy. I am a total energy. The tree is total energy. The young man sitting there, total energy. But we have become totally conditioned. And we think we are something. I know at the end of the day, I'm nothing. I'm just the energy flowing, which has come from my mom and dad. Because that's the way they were born and raised. It was going on for generations. And I came as a baby because first I was breathing everything from my mother. And as I got out, the first breath I took from this existence. And that is the energy. Whether it is an atom or a cell energy, but it is the energy. And that's what we all are. And that energy went to me in first 10 seconds. And that went to every cell of my body. And you can look at 100 trillion cells in our body. And if you visualize it, you will go crazy. The 100 trillion cells, each one has the energy of this existence. And we are blowing back to the existence as a carbon dioxide. And that is go back to the existence. So really, I came from my mother and my father, but I belong to this existence because that's where the breath is. And when you look the young baby, I know when I looked my own daughter, when she was born, and she's now a doctor, and I could see every cell is vibrating and pulsating and giving the energy. And she is now totally conditioned, of course, but at the same time, she's also unconditional. She understands that she got the energy from this universe. It's a universe energy which she got it, and she beginning to understand, and she's waking up herself. My second daughter is much more awake. And on top of that, I tell you, my grandchildren, which is 13 years old, one is 15 years old, and they're both awake. They understand the conditioning. They go to school and they learn about conditioning. I say, you respect that. It's okay because you're to pass the exam. But don't lose that unconditional, what you have learned, what you are getting from this existence. And that is the beautiful part. And when you keep on getting this existence energy, and you're getting awake to yourself, awake to that, because I know my father, that is 1941. At that time, there was all one country. And we all are one people. Let me tell you today, we should not divide anybody, because one tree don't divide to the other tree. One animal doesn't divide to the other. So we should become totally conscious to the existence. And that's what my father became. And he learned for 1 week. And 1 week he learned the mind is a heap of impressions and the body is a heap of food. And he was 100% right. And I know when he came to this country, 1974, and then 77, he had an operation. And when a doctor, we checked him out, and he had aortic valve closed because of the rheumatic heart disease, but every artery in his body was open. And the doctor who looked at, by doing a cardiac catheterization, that how can be his all arteries open? Because he was living with the present. He never touched the money in his own hand, I tell you today. Because when I was a kid, he was getting his paycheck and he never counted. It come in cash and he come and put in the prayer room. I know I took money from there. My mother took the money. When he came here to 1974, I was living in Zephyrhills, Florida. I came as a doctor, and my wife, she's American. She has given me 5 kids and 8 grandkids on top of that. Bless her heart. But when he learned, when he was living there, every Friday I bring all the money and give him. He never counted in his life. He put in the prayer room, and I tell my wife, you get all the money from my father, because he has moved from India to United States. And my mother will be in charge of the kitchen so she can cook for you. It was beautiful. But I tell you, after the operation, when the doctor found out his arteries are all open, it's because he was living in the present. And that's how he lived in the life. Because we are totally conditioned, and we should respect that conditioning also, because the whole United States, the whole world is now totally conditioned. And that's why we have a huge population, because they are not conscious. Each one of us has to become conscious to this existence. And the existence has given us only 1% of consciousness. The intellectual mind has only have 1% of consciousness through the intuition. But the intellectual mind is totally fallible. That's how the problems are there in this world. The instinct, which our body is, which you have the body, he has the body, it is always, it's a non-fallible. It will never do anything wrong. But we are totally conditioned from our mind and from our body. And that's why we think things are going wrong with us, because we are totally conditioned. But we should respect that conditioning, because 99% you are totally unconscious, and you have to become conscious to this existence. And as you keep on becoming conscious and conscious and conscious, that is 5%, 10%, 20%, 30%, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100%. I know now this happened, this is 2023, I say about 1 month ago, I was told God wake up with the existence. And I'm not going to tell you that I'm proud of it, because it has opened all the doors in the world. The existence opens so many doors, I don't know what their doors are. And I'm learning every second. At the end of the day, I'm nothing. I'm just an empty shell, because I come from this existence and go back to this existence. Because whatever way I was born, and whichever way I'm going to die, it is all existence. But I live my life. And that's what all of you should do. The life. And life, my father learned it, is given to you free. This is never been corrupted. It's the mind, which is a heap of impression, which get corrupted. And on top of that, the body get corrupted. But if you are totally become conscious to the existence, and we should all respect the existence, all of the world, everybody is same. We are all connected together, because we are all breathing from this existence. So we should not compare with anybody. One may be sleeping more than the other. They have to judge themselves. Each one have to wake up for themselves. Each one have to wake to themselves to this existence. So you each one wake up.
So Dr. Baba, they may want to know, well, how would I begin if I am totally conditioned?
Sure.
A good way to start would be to have a proper diet, which would consist of about 70 to 80% of raw fruits and vegetables.
Wonderful.
Herbs, spices, and also hydration is quite important.
Wonderful, wonderful.
That's a good way to start.
It's a one way of starting. But to get to the existence, each one of us, each one of you, and each one of us is connected, because we all have universal energy. Because, as I said, we have 100 trillion cells, and each cell has 100 trillion atoms. And this is how, because we are looking outside, that's how the world is looked outside, and that's how the Hitler killed so many people. That's how the World War I happened. That's how the World War II happened. Now the Third World War is coming, is because of these atoms. And we can all stop it, because we should all become conscious to this existence. Because existence is crying. We have many people who are awake. They may not be all the way, but as they go, they will keep on waking up. And that's our object is. And that's what I'm trying to do, that wake them up. I know my oldest daughter is awake. My second daughter is more awake. And my grandson, both of them are awake. My guy who is sitting in front of me, he's awake. He understands conditioning. And we should respect the conditioning, because we can use it in emergency way. Because when you have an accident, you need your blood vessels, or whatever that is, accident, taken care of it. But that's only for the acute problem. For the chronic problem, if you become being yourself, just like this young lady, being yourself, you're keeping all the energy inside. And you're living a whole. And from there, you learn the meditation. The meditation is the awakening to yourself, each one of you. And how do you do that? You get up in the morning, stand in front of a mirror, and laugh to yourself. And be thankful to your mom and dad that you are born. And then, if you are married, be thankful to that young lady that you have got children. Be thankful to yourself, and look at yourself. You got 2 eyes, you got a nose, you got ear, you got a mouth, and you got hands, and you got 2 legs, and you got 2 orifices in the bottom where you can pee, and whatever you eat, you throw it from there. And you all know that science has proven that we have come from animals. It is no doubt behind that. So we should respect that. Otherwise, the existence will take over. So we have to go back to get our energy synthesized and join with that existence and become the existence. Because I know myself, I can feel myself that I was never born, I never die. Because that being myself is sitting outside. Actually now it is inside, because I see my body is away from that, and I see my mind, I see my thoughts, emotions, I see my attitude, and they all are with the existence. I can see myself as a living tree, because if that tree has the energy, and that energy is sitting at the bottom of that tree, and your roots are underneath, you can't see it. And that's what we are talking about, unconsciousness. When you become totally conscious to this existence, and you have total energy of this existence, you will feel so beautiful being yourself that you have no more disease. You become being yourself and totally become healthy. All the diseases are in the periphery. The heart disease, the diabetes, the cancer, all that in the periphery. We have created that. And that's what we have to stop it by getting this energy, and that's what science is telling us. And we should all work with that. Each one of us practice themselves. Now you can do daytime that which I told you, the exercise. You can do at night. Close your eyes and look at yourself and be thankful that you are living. And be thankful when you close your eyes and look at inside. Because the whole universe is sitting inside of you. The kingdom of heaven is inside of you. That is the total energy. That's what Jesus Christ said. Unfortunately, nobody understood him. And literally, they killed him because he was totally conscious. So first thing, your eyes. Then ears. You will hear a sound. And then your mouth. You will feel a taste of food. Because everything what you do, when you're eating, eat consciously. Just do the eating. When you're walking, walk consciously. Become a watcher. Watch that. And when you are sleeping, same thing. Close your eyes and become a watcher. And listen to the inside. And be thankful to that tree who has given you this oxygen. And who is giving you all the time that energy. Because that science has told us. And you should all do that. Because we all have to do it. We all have to respect this existence, because without existence we cannot survive. And this existence has given us the life. But we have totally become conditioned, and we think we know everything. We don't know nothing. I know myself that I don't know nothing. I'm learning every second. And I know this young lady, the beautiful soul. We are all soul, you can call it, and that's who we all want to live. You want to be being yourself, and you can get this being yourself within 5 days, I can tell you that. And what you do, you become a watcher. Everything you watch. You get up in the morning, take a bath, watch that bath. The temperature goes up, or whatever temperature you want to use it. And if you take a bath with the cold water, you will become more and more conscious. And then when you take a breakfast, just pay attention to that breakfast. It doesn't matter what you eat. It's better if you eat more vegetables and the fruit and uncooked food, that less meat as possible, no salt, no sugar, no oil. But same thing at lunchtime. Watch it. Just pay attention to that eating. And if you're walking from one place to another place, pay attention. Become conscious of this watcher. But do not compare it. Do not judge it, whether it's right or wrong. Because the trees don't do that. Animals don't do that. And if you are going to visit somebody, be nice to them. Because if you're becoming more and more conscious, and that'll give you more compassion, that will give you more creativity. Your ego will be gone, your stress will be gone, and you can live totally healthy. And that's we want everybody to live healthy, because if you respect that existence that gives you the energy, you can live happy and healthy, and you can literally live disease free. And that's our object, is to wake up everybody in the world, because we are all connected. But at the same time, I want to give you a book, which you can read the book carefully, called The Cancer Cure Yourself Through Unconditional Consciousness. And you can get this book from American Scientific Health Conscious Foundation without any charge, without any obligation. And I want you to read this book thoroughly, and you should always work with your doctor and stay happy and healthy. I wish you all a happy day. God bless. Namaste. Amen.